Today we will learn how to name polyatomic ions. Polyatomic ions are very important for chemistry and problems pertaining to it. I will give some tips on how to memorize them. These are for the AP Chem list of polyatomic ions. I'll put a link in the description for the full list of them. The first important tip is to memorize your oxyanions. Oxyanions are anions that have oxygen in them. They are usually named with an "ate" at the end, like bromate, carbonate, chlorate, silicate, sulfate, and permanganate. The most confusing part is knowing how much oxygen is in this polyatomic ion. Most of them have 3 oxygens like carbonate, bromate, or nitrate, but some of them have 4. The way you can remember which ones have 4 is that most of them start with any letter after P, like permanganate, phosphate, silicate, and sulfate. Don't forget that chromate also has 4, which is something you should also remember. Another important tip is to memorize the prefixes and suffixes of oxyanions. There are 3 besides the normal one: ite, hypo, and perc. Let us use chlorate as an example. In order of amount of oxygen, we have hypochlorite, chlorite, chlorate, and perchlorate. This shows that chlorite has 1 less oxygen than chlorate, perchlorate has 1 more, and so on. These prefixes can show how much fewer oxygens you must put in the polyatomic ions. So in nitrite, it will be NO2, which is 1 less than nitrate, which is NO3. There are some more prefixes for polyatomic ions, which I will state now in order. Hydrogen, or bi, will add hydrogen to the front. Dihydrogen adds 2. Dichromate adds an extra chromate to the chromate already. Per adds oxygen like in peroxide or hydrogen peroxide. And finally, Theo adds 1 sulfur to the compound. One final thing you must know is the charges of these polyatomic ions. The best way to do it is by using the octet rule. Add up your valence electrons, then find out how close it is to a multiple of 8 and adjust the charge with that. If you need 2 electrons to get to it, the charge is -2. If you're having trouble doing so, just remember similar oxyanions have the same charges. Molecules you should definitely memorize in general are ammonium, cyanide, hydroxide, oxalate, acetate, and peroxide. These are your tips for memorizing polyatomic ions. Hopefully these tips can help you. I hope you liked the video, and goodbye.